Hi everyone, my name is Simon Mishevich from Optimise Accountants, and in this video we're going to be talking about US market update for February 2024. Where are we in the marketplace? Well, let's get into the detail. Before we do though, if you're looking for any free online tax calculators in the UK or US, feel free to use that QR code appearing on your screen so you can access them straight away. So first up, let's have a look at both Zillow and Redfin. What do they say about the market updates? And we have the latest one from Zillow from January 2024 that stated that the average house price was $344,159 with an annual increase of 3.6%, which differs very significantly from Redfin, who reported in February 2024 an average house price of $402,343. Now, I'm not sure of the data sets that they're looking at, why it's so differently, but what is interesting is that the month-on-month change from Redfin is zero. No change from last month. But what is more fascinating is that they're saying that the average house price year on year is an increase of 5.2%. Where if we look at other countries, they're facing a negative downward spiral. Why is that not happening in the United States? Well, we can understand a little bit more by looking at some more data. If we look at the US residential market now from the National Association of Realtors, we can see that the seasonal adjusted annual sales price has gone down forecast-wise in their numbers. Now, we can see that 2021 was lower than what we've seen before, but there is certainly a peak and trough for all the way back to 1981. But they are definitely saying that 2023 was meant to be a decline and 2024 accordingly. But that is not what we have seen both by Redfin or from Zillow. And why is that the case? We're looking at Redfin now, US residential home market value, median sales house price, and they're saying actually it's buoyed back up. We're not seeing a decline. They're saying the opposite. They're saying we're expecting to see an increase. That is fascinating because not everyone is saying the same picture, but Redfin, according to them, there is definitely an increase in median sales price. If we look at the time to market, how quickly are homes selling in the United States? Well, that black line is the number of days, the median days that it takes to sell a house in the United States. And you'll notice that that line is creeping up to the left-hand side. You can see the median days on the market, 70 days. We're increasing. If we look at that number on 2023, the average days on market was just above the 44 number. But now it's creeping up to that 70 days. If houses stay on the market for longer, then house prices will suffer simply because there's greater time to negotiate that price down. New listings on Redfin, people are saying that there's less house listings, but you can see a little peak at the end of November 2023 when house listings increase. But then there's a little bit of a downward spiral as well. Where does it mean for 2024? Well, my suspicion on this is that the new listings will creep up as we get into the new season of 2024. But it doesn't mean that those houses will sell. It is just the fact that there is more properties on the market, but there is less buyers. And that is the thing that we need to be careful of, because if there's a saturation of product versus the number of people buying, then there's going to be greater number of days on the market and then further pressure on sales price. We can see this from CoreLogic in terms of where they see the house prices change. We're looking at anything to the east of the country is vastly increasing. The only areas that is decreasing, I would say, is Texas and the northwest. But if you look at places like Washington, New York, Florida, even Miami, all hotbeds of properties, and we're looking at a year-on-year change. This is saying that the year-on-year property market looks really, really healthy. It is not looking the way that lots of people said that there would be a crash of 35-50%. That's not happening, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. If continuing now with National Association of Realtors, the issue that people will have is buying a new home and having to give up their existing mortgage versus getting a new mortgage. The annual interest rates that people are looking at is still, if we look at the orange line there, we're still looking at bars of 7% or more. People are not going to give up their own mortgage product with and then get a new mortgage with an interest rate of 7%, especially when they was able to get a mortgage product of less than 3 or 4% years gone by. That's simply not going to happen. Why would you expect to exchange on a home that is probably higher value? Let's not kid around, a 5% increase in year on year. We're now looking at interest rates which are equally going to be higher by 3-4% than what you was before. It's going to be make it very expensive for you to move home. So my suspicion is people will tend to stay at home until interest rates fall, and then we might see another spike in house price.